The rain fell hard on the roof of the old alien outpost. It made a metal sound cold, sharp, and lonely. The place had been silent for years. But tonight, someone had entered. Corporal Jocks moved slowly through the broken hallway. His boots made a soft crunch on the dust-covered floor. He was alone. Or at least, he thought he was. His flashlight moved left and right, showing rusted doors, broken machines, and old warning signs written in alien language. But one sign was written in English. Danger. Do not open. Jocks frowned. Why would humans leave that here? He followed the arrow on the sign. Turning into a hallway, it was colder than the rest. The lights above flickered. At the end of the hall was a heavy metal door half open. A low growl echoed from inside. He raised his weapon, stepped forward, and pushed the door wider. Got inside. The room smelled like rust, sweat, and something wild. Chains rattled softly. In the center of the room, under a hanging light, sat a figure. A girl. She was curled on the floor, chained by both wrists. Her skin was pale gray. Her arms were long, thin, but strong. Her legs looked human, but her feet had claws. Her face was half hidden by messy black hair, but her eyes, they glowed a soft yellow. Jax didn't speak. He just stared. Then, in a quiet, shaky voice, the girl whispered, "Are you human?" Jocks slowly lowered his weapon. "Yeah, who are you?" The girl didn't answer. She looked down. After a long pause, she said, "They locked me up. Said I was too dangerous, but I didn't hurt anyone." Jocks stepped closer. The chain clinked as she moved slightly away. "You're not like the others," he said softly. She shook her head. "I'm not one of them. Not fully. What do you mean?" She raised her face. Her eyes were sad. "I was made in a lab, half alien, half human. They wanted a weapon, but I just wanted to live." Jocks's heart pounded. He had seen many strange things in the war, but never something like her. "Why are you still here?" he asked. "They left," she said. "When the base fell, they ran. They didn't care if I died." Jocks looked at the chains, thick, heavy, digging into her wrists. They weren't meant for criminals. These were made to hold something strong. "Do you turn into something?" he asked carefully. The girl hesitated. "When I lose control, yes, the wolf comes out. But only when I'm scared or angry." "What's your name?" She looked surprised. "No one ever asked me that before." Jocks smiled a little. "I'm asking now," she whispered. "Kara." A sudden noise from the hallway made Jocks turn. A round fast gun ready, but it was just the wind. He turned back to Kara. "I should report this," he said. She nodded. "Do what you have to?" But her voice was empty. Like someone who had already given up. Jax looked at her again, really looked. The bruises on her arms, the scar across her neck, the way she sat, tired, not angry, not a monster. Something inside him changed. "You hungry?" he asked, reaching into his bag. Kara blinked. "You'd feed me?" He handed her a food bar. She took it with shaky fingers and ate like she hadn't in days. Jocks sat down a few feet away. "They told me to search this place for tech," he said. "Didn't expect to find someone." Kara looked at him. Her voice was softer now. "I didn't expect someone to talk to me." The chain rattled again as she tried to sit more comfortably. Jocks noticed the metal had cut her skin. He stood, walked over. "What are you doing?" she asked, alarmed. "Checking the lock," he said. "It's DNA coded." Only the commander had access. Jocks took out a small tool from his belt and started working. "You shouldn't," she began. He looked into her glowing eyes. "I don't leave people in chains," he said. For a moment, she just stared at him. Then, softly, she whispered again. Help me ... before I change. The chain gave a small click, but didn't open. Yet JAX looked at her, calm but alert. I don't know what you are, Kara, but I know you don't deserve this. Outside, lightning flashed inside, for the first time in years. Someone reached out a hand not to hurt her, but to set her free. Night was quiet. Too quiet. Corporal Jock sat near the engine room of his small scout ship. The girl Kara was resting inside the cargo bay, wrapped in a blanket. She hadn't spoken much since they left the outpost. She just stared at the stars through the tiny window, like she didn't believe she was really free. But Jocks had seen the scars on her wrists. He knew the pain wasn't gone yet. He looked at the screen in front of him. Scanners were clear. No ships nearby. No life forms. Still, he couldn't shake the feeling. Outside, the rain had stopped. The alien jungle around the landing zone whispered in the wind out, and then, howled out long, deep, and not human. Jock stood up quickly. Another howl answered. Then another. 3, maybe 4. Surrounding them, he ran to the cargo bay and opened the door. Kara was already awake. Her eyes glowed golden in the dark. They're here, she whispered. Who? Jocks asked, gun in hand. She stood slowly. Hunters, like me, but not like me. Jocks frowned. You mean other werewolves? Kara nodded. Pure bloods. I'm a hybrid. They don't accept me. They hunt me. Jocks cursed under his breath. How did they find us? Kara pointed at her own neck. The collar they used, it had a tracker. I thought it was broken. I was wrong. Another howl came closer now. Jocks ran to the ship controls and scanned again. This time, red dots appeared on the map. 4 life forms. Approaching fast. We can't fly, he said. The engines are still cooling. Kara closed her eyes and took a shaky breath. Her body trembled. I can fight, she said. But if I do, I might lose control. You said I help you stay calm, Jock said quickly. I'll stay close. Kara looked into his eyes. For a second, the wolf inside her backed away. Then bang! Something slammed against the ship's door. JX raised his gun. Kara stepped. In front of him, her claws already growing. You don't have to do this alone, he said. She gave a sad smile. No one's ever said that to me. Another bang. Then a screech. Suddenly, the ship's side panel tore open like paper. A massive shape crawled in 8 feet tall, covered in black fur, yellow eyes glowing with hate. It growled at Kara. Traitor. Kara's body twitched. Bones cracked. Her arms shifted. Her mouth lengthened. The wolf was rising inside her butt. She was trying to hold it back. I won't fight you, she said. The creature stepped forward. Then die. Jocks fired. One shot hit the beast's shoulder. It roared but didn't fall. 2 more wolves entered from the jungle. Kira stepped in front of Jocks, her voice low and shaking. Stay behind me. Her transformation completed, but it wasn't like before. She wasn't a monster. She was something. In between, half girl, half wolf. But in control. She moved fast, almost too fast to see. Claws slashed, fangs bit, but her eyes stayed focused. JAX watched in awe. She was beautiful and terrifying. The wolves fought like savages, but Kara moved with purpose. She didn't kill. She only protected. Then one wolf pinned her to the floor. It raised a claw to strike. Jocks ran forward and tackled it with all his strength. Get off her. He shouted. The wolf growled and turned on him. But before it could strike, Kara roared. The sound echoed through the ship like thunder. She leapt forward and knocked the enemy out cold. The other wolves hesitated, then backed away. Kara stood over them, bleeding, breathing hard. She looked like a queen made of shadow and silver. The lead wolf hissed, "You are not one of us." She replied, "No, I never was." The wolves retreated into the jungle. Silence returned. Jax walked over and sat beside her. She was shaking. "You okay?" he asked. "I didn't lose control," she whispered. "I chose who to be." He smiled. "Told you you're not alone." Kara looked up at the stars again, but this time her eyes were soft, hopeful, night. Fell again. This time it was colder. Corporal Jax sat by the ship's power console, checking systems. The engines were finally ready to fly, but he hadn't made a decision yet. Where would they go? More importantly, would Kara even survive the night? She was lying on the floor of the medbay, wrapped in a silver blanket. Her skin was pale. Her breath came fast and sharp. Sweat rolled down her forehead, her voice shook. "Something's wrong inside me." Jax walked over quickly. "What do you mean?" "My blood? It's changing. I feel it. It's like something ancient is waking up." Jax knelt beside her. "Is it the wolf?" Kara looked at him with wide, glowing eyes. "No, it's something older. Something they hid inside me." She held her stomach, trembling. Jax placed his hand gently on her shoulder. "I'm here," he said. "You're safe." Kara let out a small breath, but then her back arched suddenly. She screamed. Her fingers turned into claws. Her bones popped. Her skin shimmered like silver lightning under the surface. Jax backed away, but didn't run. The scream turned into a growl. Her legs bent like a beast's. Her teeth sharpened. Her eyes were glowing white, now no color. Just light. Jax called. Her name, Kara. She didn't answer. Instead, her voice came low. Broken, not quite hers. Run. She slammed her claw into the wall beside her cracking metal. Jax's heart pounded, but he didn't move. "No," he said. "I'm not leaving you." She looked up. For a moment, her face came back half human, tears rolling down. "Don't. Let me become a monster." Her body shivered again. Her scream echoed inside the ship. Jax remembered something she had told him earlier. "Your voice. It calms me." So he did the only thing he could. He talked. "Kara," he said, sitting on the floor just outside her reach. "You're not a weapon. You're not what they made you." She was growling, but listening. "You're Kara," he said again. The girl who asked for help, not power. The one who held back when she could have killed. Her claws slowed. Her breathing slowed. "You're stronger than them," he whispered. "Because you have a choice." Kara fell to her knees. Her arms shook. Her body trembled, but the light in her eyes faded. Her claws shrank. Her teeth softened. She looked at him, fully back in her half-human form. She was breathing hard. But she was there. She had won. "Didn't lose myself," she said softly. Jax smiled. "No, you held on." Kara collapsed into his arms. He held her tightly. And for the first time since she escaped that lab, she felt human. Later that night, Kara lay on the medbed, her head resting on a pillow. Her skin was warm now. Her eyes normal. Jax sat nearby, writing a log entry. But Kara spoke, surprising him. "They put something inside me, Jax." He looked up. "They called it Project Fenrir," she said. "A genetic core. A monster designed to wake only in extreme fear. It wasn't just a shift tonight. It was the start of something worse." Jax stood and walked over. "What happens when it wakes completely?" Kara closed her eyes. "I won't be me anymore." There was silence for a moment. Then she asked, "Will you kill me if it happens?" Jax's face turned hard. "No," he said. "I'll bring you back. Every time. Even from the edge." Kara opened her eyes slowly. "You talk like I'm worth saving." Jax smiled gently. "You are." Outside the ship, In the deep jungle, 4 red eyes watched from the shadows. Dark figure whispered into a communicator. Subject Fenrir has stabilized. Begin Phase 2. The sun was just beginning to rise. A strange red glow touched the horizon, as if warning of something dark to come. Corporal Jock stood outside his ship, scanning the jungle. The air was heavy. Even the birds were silent. Kara stood behind him, wrapped in a coat. Her voice was calm but cold. They're close. Jox turned. How do you know? She tapped her chest. I feel them. My blood calls to them, and theirs calls back. Suddenly, a sharp beep came from Jax's scanner. 3 ships had entered low orbit, not human, friendly. Jax's face turned hard. Visitors? Kara didn't answer. She already knew. Moments later, the jungle split open. 3 tall, dark figures walked through the trees. Each of them was like Kara, part wolf, part alien. But they were bigger, full-blooded, pure. One stepped forward. His fur was silver, his eyes red. He wore armor made of bone and metal. He looked at Kara and growled softly. You ran far, sister. But not far enough. Jox raised his gun. The silver one smiled. Ah, the human, her new pet? Kara stepped forward. I'm not yours anymore, Varn. Varn tilted his head. Your property. A failed hybrid. You were made to serve. Jox spoke up. She's with me now. Back off. The other 2 wolves growled, ready to pounce. But Varn raised his hand. Easy. Let's talk. Before we tear this place apart. Kara's voice was cold. You're not here to talk. No, Varn agreed. We're here to finish what the lab started. You are dangerous, Kara. You're waking the monster inside. And if we don't stop it now, nothing will. Kara's hands curled into fists. X moved beside her. We're not afraid of you. Varn smiled cruelly. Then you're more foolish than I thought. Flashback while tension builds. Kara remembers the lab, the needles, the pain, the voice of the scientists. If she bonds with anyone emotionally, the core may stabilize or explode. Don't let her form attachments. Don't let her feel. Back in the present, Kara breathes hard. They're afraid of what I could become. She says. Jax replies, maybe that's why they want to stop you. Kara turns to him. If they attack, I won't be able to hold back the Wolf. Jox looks into her eyes. Then let me stand with you, he says. Not to control you, but to remind you who you are. Kara's voice is soft. And who am I? Jox replies, the girl who didn't hurt me when she could. The one who's fighting to stay human. She smiles faintly. And let's fight together. The battle begins. The jungle shakes as the wolves charge. Jox fires, hitting one in the shoulder. Kara leaps forward, mid-shift, half wolf, half woman, glowing with light and rage. She meets her old pack head-on. Fangs clash. Claws rip. The fight is fast. Brutal. Jax fights back-to-back with her, using grenades and stun rounds. One enemy wolf falls. The second tries to flank Kara, but Jox shoots it in the leg. Now only Varn is left. He growls. You've made your choice. Kara steps forward, wounded but standing. I choose me. Not the monster, not the lab, just me. Varn charges, but Kara doesn't shift fully. She moves like a storm, controlled, fast, focused. One final blow, and Varn crashes into the dirt. Defeated, but alive. Kara walks over and says, tell the others. I'm not yours, and if they come for me, I won't run. After the battle, Jox and Kara sit under the stars again. He hands her water. Her hands are bloody but steady. You didn't lose yourself, he says. Kara nods. Because you were. There. She looks up at the sky. I'm not afraid of them anymore. Jock says they should be afraid of you now. Kara laughs softly. Maybe. And she grows quiet. But I'm more afraid of losing this. You, this ship, this peace. Jocks looks at her. You won't lose it. Not while I'm alive. Their eyes meet, and for the first time, she believes him. Smoke still drifted above the jungle trees. Jax stood at the edge of the clearing, watching Kara wash blood from her hands at a nearby stream. She moved slowly, not because of pain, but because something was heavy on her mind. He walked over quietly. They're not coming back soon, he said. Kara didn't look up. They won't stop. You know that, right? I know, Jock said. And I don't care. She turned to face him. Her golden eyes flickered. I wasn't supposed to feel this much, she whispered. Not fear, not hope, not you. Jock smiled gently. Too late for that. Kara laughed once, softly. But her smile faded. Then the wind shifted. Her eyes widened. She stood slowly. No. From the sky, a shadow fell. A ship. Massive. Black. Silent, It didn't roar. It watched, then it landed. Trees cracked under its weight. The ground trembled. The door opened and out stepped a single figure, taller than any Kara had fought. His fur was pure white. His armor shimmered with energy. The others had called themselves hunters. But this was an alpha. Kara's hands shook. That's him. Who? Jox asked. High-Fang Solrak, she said, barely breathing. The first of us, the one who made me. The confrontation Salak walked forward calmly. His voice was deep, slow, and full of power. You've grown strong, Kara. I see it in your eyes. Kara stood tall. I'm not yours anymore. Solrak looked at Jox. So this is the reason, the human. Jox stepped forward. She's with me, Solrak chuckled. Brave, foolish. He turned back to Kara. You were created from my blood, my design. You are my child. But now you are broken, polluted by weakness. Kara's voice cracked. No, I'm free. Solrak's smile faded. Then prove it. Kill him. She froze. Solrak raised a hand. You think you're strong? Then do it. Show me you are no longer mine. And the one you care about most. Kara stepped back, shaking her head. No. Jox moved beside her. Don't listen. To him. Solrak's voice grew colder. If you don't kill him, I will. He moved too fast. Before Kara could move, Solrak had Jox by the throat, lifting him off the ground. Jax gasped, struggling. Kara screamed, Stop! Solrak's eyes narrowed. Then fight me. Wolf to wolf. The final shift. Kara's heart pounded. Her body began to change. But this time, it wasn't wild. It was clear. Controlled. She didn't scream. She didn't roar. She stood. Her form was something new, something balanced. Half human, half beast, glowing with silver light and human strength. She looked at Solrak. Let him go. Solrak dropped Jox to the ground, eyes shining with approval. You've become more than I expected. Kara stepped forward. No, I've become who I was meant to be. Then she attacked. The fight, it wasn't wild like before. It was precise. Kara was fast. Solrak was faster. Claws slashed. Blood flew. Trees fell. Jax watched from the ground, barely able to breathe. Kara's form flickered, but she didn't lose control. Solrak growled. You think this makes you strong? You fight with emotion. With love? That will destroy you. Kara replied through gritted teeth. No, it saves me. With one final strike, she landed a blow across his chest, deep and burning. Solrak dropped to one knee, bleeding. He looked up at her and smiled. You win, child. But remember, what sleeps inside you has not woken yet. He pressed a device on his arm and vanished into smoke. After the battle, Jocks crawled over to Kara, his lip bleeding. She knelt beside him, holding his face gently. "You okay?" She whispered. He nodded weakly. "You saved me again." Kara looked at her hands. No more claws, just fingers. "I chose not to become him," she said. JX touched her hand. "No. You chose to become you?" She didn't answer. Instead, she leaned her head on his shoulder. And for once, she didn't feel like a weapon. She felt like a person, a free one. The ship floated silently above the clouds. Inside, the world was calm. Kara sat near the window, her head resting on her knees. She watched the stars move slowly across the black sky. No howling, no chains, no voices ordering her. Just silence. Behind her, Jocks entered quietly. He placed a mug of hot tea on the table beside her. "Still awake?" he asked. Kara gave a small smile. "Haven't slept much since." "Everything?" Jocks sat down across from her. They didn't speak for a while. The stars kept moving. Then Kara said, "He was right about one thing." "Solruk?" She nodded. "Something's still inside me. I can feel it. The deeper monster, the one made in the lab." Jocks leaned forward. "You beat him, Kara. You didn't lose yourself." "But I still could," she said softly. "And if I do?" He didn't let her finish. "You'll choose again," Jocks said. "Just like you did before. And if you can't, I'll be there." Kara looked up at him. "Why? Why stay? I'm dangerous." Jocks smiled gently. "Because the first time I met you were in chains." And still whispered, "Help me." That wasn't a monster. That was someone worth saving. Kara's eyes shimmered, but not from light, from tears. She looked away, wiping her face. "I don't know who I am now." "Then decide," he said. "Be who you choose to be, not what they made you." Later. Sia stood in the center of the ship. In her hand was the last part of her collar, the chain that once held her. Jocks watched as she walked to the ship's furnace. Without a word, she threw it in. The metal hissed. Melted. Gone. She turned to him. "I'm ready." "Ready for what?" he asked. "To live. Not run, not hide. Just live." Epilogue. Weeks passed. The ship landed on a small colony planet, peaceful, green, quiet. Kara wore normal clothes now. Her eyes still glowed a little at night, but no one stared anymore. She helped Jocks fix power lines, carry supplies, and make tea for the old folks in the town square. She even laughed sometimes, not a fake laugh, a real one. At night, they sat on the roof of their small home, staring at the stars. One night, Jocks asked her, "Do you miss what you were?" Kara smiled. "I was never sure what I was." She took a breath. "But I know what I am now." He looked at her. "And what's that?" Kara turned to him. "Free." She leaned her head on his shoulder. And for the first time in her life, she didn't fear what was inside her. Because this time, she chose it. The end.